Glass. That's my favorite comment ever, just from Jason Hale. Glass. That's so funny. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy TIMBP Live. I'm Perry. I'm the host of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I hope you're doing well. Sorry I'm late. My camera software is not loading for whatever reason. It just keeps it just keeps doing this for some reason. I'm learning emojis. Come on, brother. Like, it's 2026 now. It's so my Tony, you're not late. I'm late. So my camera software is not loading for whatever reason. And so I look incredibly blown out on my camera, because I had to try to see. Now I just look too dark. No, I'm still too dark. That's bad. Now I'm too red. Like, there's no good in between. I don't know why. I've seen you blown out before. This is definitely it. Thank you. I don't know what's going on. That's a bit more normal. It's just so annoying. Like, I have like the perfect camera settings in the software and it just will not load. It's giving 2009 and I like that. All right, we're just gonna roll with it, because what? Oh, and I forgot to apply the new settings. Oh well. Turn down the FPS. I literally can't. That's the problem, because again, it's all run through the Logitech software. That's the problem. Hi, y'all. Last night of sobriety. Cheers, Tony. Just quit. I don't want that. Not vintage enough for me? No. Like, there's just nothing I can do. It's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll do it live. The huff of disapproval. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Like, I look like I'm in a alt music video from 2009 right now. Like, 2009 is a very appropriate time period for that. You know, you weren't wrong, Kyle. Forgot to get my liquid death out. Could be brown, could be blue, could be violet sky. Could be purple, you could be purple, you could be anything you like. Anyway, I hope everybody's had a good week. I'm happy to be back on my regular Thursday nights. It has been a long week. Let me tell you. Cheers, y'all. Hope the start of the year is going well. I don't know what to pour. Well, Max, I don't know what to tell you to pour, but I'm going to start off with a pour of the Bluegrass Distillers Pasadena Tournament of Roses bottle. It's like, Are my lights too bright? It's like it's completely overridden every setting. I'm so annoyed. Yes and no to start of the year. I mean, it's been a heck of a start of the year. Let me tell you. Does that help at all? It helped a little bit, but then it like the auto brightness, the autofocus just changes. I don't think I can do anything about that anyway. Toasted Oak Bourbon. 100 proof, 6 years old. And also, what have y'all thought about the best of episode? The best of 2025, top bourbons and ryes of 2025 episode. Curious what your thoughts are. It's done pretty well so far. I feel like folks have listened to it. Thankfully. Watched it, whatever. Enjoyed it. I appreciate that. I said it in the episode too, but and like I always say with best of or top 10 episodes, it always has to, of course, be things that I've had, things that I've tried, and it I felt like this year's list was a lot different from years prior. I mean, there was a lot of stuff on there that I was not anticipating, but also like some stuff that just kind of made sense in context. I have a couple new bottles to pop tomorrow. My first toasted Elijah Craig barrel proof pick, Saz 100, Penelope Marshmallow, and a local 7-year single barrel. Noon cannot come soon enough. Just the one rye? There was just the one rye, yeah. And I mean, I think it's just the one rye being on there was just because I had so many other great bourbons this year and so many other bigger bourbons that stood out from some of the other ryes. I don't know why I felt like 2025 was not the strongest year for rye. I could be wrong. But I mean that's just kind of like my take on it. So anyway, well, we're firmly into it, I suppose. And I got my first pour up. And want to remind you, as always, if you want to support the show while we are live, you can do so by heading to the Stream Elements link that is pinned at the top of your chat, whether you are on Twitch or YouTube. It's called Snuffy Chats instead of Super Chats. We do it on Stream Elements instead of YouTube because that is just the way things operate here on the channel. It's named Snuffy Chats after Mr. Snuffleupagus back here. This show is supported by viewers like you. RIP to the CPB, Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Early in the year, people predicted it to be the year of the rye, 2025. I feel like it just kind of fell short, honestly, if I'm being honest. Hang on. I'm going to try turning down this other light to see if it helps some of the light functioning. Oops. I was disappointed in the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Rye, but it somehow won Best of the Year from Whiskey Advocate. That doesn't surprise me. I honestly have not looked at Whiskey Advocate's Best of yet. Why don't we do that? Why don't we look at that here in a second? They said 2024 was the year of the rye, so what was 2025 the year of? Canned cocktails? I would agree. I think only 2 of your top 10 were in mine. Kyle, there was one that you and I had that I had considered putting in my... There's a baby crying upstairs. My top 10. And as much as I wanted to, having only had it the one time, I didn't feel comfortable enough saying that it was, and I wanted to try it again. Excuse me. Throat's dry. And I wanted to try it again for consideration. But I felt like in a vacuum, it was great, but I couldn't apply it to everything else in context. I really like the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Rye. I think it's weird and vintagey. It is really good. The list takes into accessibility and value to some extent in their rankings. I tried to do the same in some capacity. I mean, I had Turkey 101 8-year on mine as well. I got to try it again recently, and it wasn't as incredible as I remembered. I think you would feel the same as well. It's still very, very good. I see. That's the thing, is like that one experience. Like while it was great, if I had gone right out of the gate and said that was my number one, I just don't know if it would have been appropriate. Was 2025 the year of the cat? No, wait. Only Cat Stevens said that. Thomas Sanderson, hello. Or Thomas Anderson, I apologize. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, Thomas Anderson. Hope you're well. I misread your name, and I am very sorry. And I still cannot get the Logitech software to load, but that's okay. All right, before we jump into my stuff, I want to take a look at the Whiskey Advocate Top 20. 2025 was also the year of the $100 375 ml and the $500 18 year. You are not joking. You are 100% right. Because I have not taken a look at it yet, and I'm curious. Old Overholt 12-year rye is amazing. I have not had the newest batch yet, and I am curious about it. But yes, Mr. Anderson, thank you so much for being here. I don't know. Why are we calling you Mr. Anderson? Are we supposed to... Is that a sign of respect? What if I called you Tom? Because Tony's calling you Mr. Anderson, and I came in with a Thomas, and I feel like I have done you a disservice in both instances here. But, all right. Whiskey Advocate's Top 20 of 2025, the most exciting whiskeys of the year. Scroll to explore. Presented by Oliva. Okay, well, I guess we're going from number 1 to number 20. Most people call me Neo. Are you the chosen one? Oh, Mr. Anderson, like the Matrix. I gotcha. I understand. Should I go? Oh, they paired everything too with different Olivas? And they've got a video review too. Okay. Should I scroll all the well, they've got it in blocks. Okay. Number 2, the Oban 15-year Oloroso and Palo Cortado. cask finished single malt Scotch. Maker Cellar Aged, also in my top 10. New Riff Bottled Upon Balboa Rye. I did not have the 2025 release. Compass Box Flaming Heart 25th Anniversary Edition. Jefferson's Reserve Limited Edition Cask Strength at number 6. I guess I know a thing or two like Whiskey Advocate does. No, Corbin Cash Distillery. Number 7, Sagamore Rye, the 10-year-old Reserve Series, Batch 1A. Interesting. Indian Single Malt at number 8, Rampur Barrel Blush. Torbeg, Legacy Series, Sound of Sleet, Isle of Skye, Single Malt Scotch. I probably said Torbeg wrong, but it felt right. At number 9. Number 10, Port Charlotte 18-year-old. Number 11, Bardstown Bourbon Company Collaborative Series, Farrand. Jefferson's Cask Strength was decent. I thought it was a great, readily available new introduction cask strength bourbon. Especially showing as far as like blending goes. What can be done, especially at like larger scale production. I thought it was a fantastic product. Glendronach, the Master's Anthology Ode to the Embers, Sherry and Smoke, Single Malt Scotch. 13, Cedar Ridge, the Quintessential. Interesting. Number 14, Middle West Cask Strength, Batch 1, Wheat Whiskey. Jeffrey Wack. Hello again, whiskey friends. Jeffrey Wack, it's good to see you. Jeff, before we move any further. Hold on. Hold on, Jeff. Jeff, a few nights ago, I was getting ready to go to sleep, and my mind started racing. Thinking about the holiday season, thinking about how good things were, how time seemed to pass too quickly, how December was full of merriment and wonder and whimsy. Yet, something was missing. Something happened. Something completely slipped my mind during the month of December, Jeffrey Wack. My whiskey friend. I somehow forgot to discuss with you our annual Whiskey Mario Kart live stream. It hit me like a ton of bricks, shedding many tears as I lay there, unable to fall asleep. I realized something needs to be done about this. So my promise is to you, Jeff. Atonement will be made. And that stream will still happen. I promise. I promise. All right, anyway. Number 15. Yellowstone 10-year-old limited release. Or limited edition. The 2025 release. Sorry. Not sure it's my favorite of Cedar Ridge's releases this year, but Tony, I totally agree. It's very good. The quintessential number 5. I want to look at this a little bit more for a second, actually. No, I don't want to open. Just let me... I got hit by a red shell right on cue. Regular AM DJ posting the swell in the music. February sound good? Sounds great. Yeah, I'm pretty booked up for January. So it's an American single malt? What was that? 119.8 proof? Gave it a 94. Not bad. Number 16, Stranahan's 12-year-old Mountain Angel port wine cask. 17, Lux Row Small. They love their cask finishings at Whiskey Advocate. I mean, not surprising. And then rounding out here, 18, Drumshanbo Marsala cask. 19, Ichiro's Malton Grain 111 proof. And number 20, Lochlea Fallow Edition, third crop, Lowland single malt Scotch. Love the Southern quintessential even more. Cedar Ridge be doing good stuff. I haven't had Cedar Ridge in so long. I feel like I had Cedar Ridge back when they were still trying to figure out what it was that they were doing. And it just, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't need to try it again. Because I definitely do. I thought Drumshanbo was gin. I mean, it is, but I guess they also have Irish single pot still. Is music too loud? Come on. I'll send you a few samples, including some from them, Perry. I appreciate that, Max. Thank you. Let's look at Drumshanbo, because I am... let's decline all those. Our Creations. Irish gin, Irish gin, Irish gin, Irish whiskey. Sausage Tree Pure Irish Vodka. You know what they always say. When I was growing up, and I was a little too greedy at breakfast on Saturday mornings, and I had a couple too many of the sausages, and my mother looked at me and she said, Perry, sausages do not grow on trees. What do you say to this, Mama Ritter? Nature's purest tasting vodka. We've got all the water-flavored vodka you could want here at the Shed Distillery. So is this... Wait a second. Oh, okay, so it was the Marsala cask. Do you think Eric would be in? I can recruit another player or two for more chaos. I'll start dreaming up new power-ups. He might be. It just depends on his schedule. He's incredibly busy these days. I would not count on it, honestly, but it does not hurt to ask him, especially this far in advance. So I would say the best thing to do is let's pick out a date. and get in contact with him, and we will try to make it happen with him for sure, because that would definitely be ideal, at least. But has anyone had the Smoke Eye Hill cast strength rye yet? Very tasty, and have heard nothing about it on Whiskey Tube channels. I have not. Not only have I not heard or not had it, but I don't think I've heard of it. Was it Smoke Eye Hill? Right. $132 proof at 5 years old from MGP. 4-grain mash bill of rye, heirloom blue corn, yellow corn, and malted barley. It's a great price, too. Then barreled and matured in Colorado Springs at 6,100 feet in 30-gallon American white oak casks. Charged to numbers 2, 3, and 4 for added depth, complexity, and character. I don't know nothing about this. I like the bottle shape. Is this real text? Yeah, it is. What's their bourbon look like? I mean, I don't mean like... I figured it was the same bottle, but I wasn't sure if it was... Okay, how is it also 132 proof? They're both 132 proof? Me neither. Apparently very limited. The blue corn again? Blue corn just seems to be on a trend this year. What did I do with my face? My camera software is not loading, so I'm looking a little out of place tonight. It's crazy that both of these are at cast strength or barrel proof, and they're 132. I wonder if they're talking around it being barrel proof, and they're not meaning it in the way that it is actually, like, technically what it would have come out of the barrel. So what I'm saying by this is I wonder if they proofed it in the barrel in the way that slow proofing is achieved. Because Caleb's Crossing is also technically barrel proof, right? But it was slow proofed with water in the barrel. And so I'm wondering if they achieved, what is technically considered barrel proof in the barrel by adding water to it and achieving exactly 132 proof for both of them. I think 2025 was the year of the heirloom corn, or maybe 2026. I think we're on the horizon of the heirloom grain. Blue corn be coming. I mean, it's definitely rising for sure. Just get rid of all that going on right there. What are you talking about? Doesn't it look great? It just makes me glow. I look fantastic. Everything about this look is just a beautiful, beautiful aspect of my skin. It's both beautiful and natural. Okay, I wanted to look at this too. This also came from Whiskey Advocate. This was interesting. These were there's not, as you can tell, there's not a whole lot of news tonight. But these were the 20 highest single bottles that went to auction. Like highest paid for bottles that went to auction in 2025. And the number 20 is a very, very old Fitzgerald 18-year from 1950 that sold for $85,000. Okay, that's where we start. 85.2 for another VVO. A Glenfarclas 86.7. Macallan Red Collection 95.3. Dalmore from 1964. Is this a vintage? Yeah, it is. 46 year. Old Rip Van Winkle Van Winkle selection for $100,000. Some of these, I mean, we can kind of, gloss over a little bit. The Macallan, the Reach, 81 year, 106, 475. You can kind of see the trend that we're going on here with this, right? Balmore, Arc 54, the Iridos collection edition, whatever. 121, 384. Starting to get into the top 10. Lefroy Capsule, 40-year-old. 133, 4. Top 5. Yamazaki 55. 200K. Lady Burn Marilyn Monroe by Sam Shaw, 1966, 58-year-old. 240,000. Port Ellen Prism, 1978, 46-year-old. $400,000 for this one bottle. Oh, and you get a little sample too. My chat broke? What happened to my chat? Hello? Yeah, it's not scrolling on I can't see it on StreamElement or on StreamYard. What's happening? Oh! It's back. What? It just came back. Must have been a little glitch. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. So strange. That was so weird. I've never had that happen before with StreamYard. We are so incredibly technologically unadvanced tonight. Hold on, I gotta. What were some of the other comments? Oh, WP's here too. What's up, buddy? Did my video crash too at one point? Huh. Someone recommended me Higher Ground Bourbon and can't say I've ever heard of them. Someone in the same chat I was in claimed the best bourbon is found in New York, Florida, and Texas. Video was fine. Okay, that's good. WP, good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Okay, let's get back on track. Sorry. I wanted to look at this Port Ellen insanity. I didn't even see what kind of whiskey is this? Okay, of course it's a single malt Scotch. I mean, it's beautiful. Oh, I love that it comes with like a canister right in the middle. I, I, I love that from it goes from this absolutely gorgeous display to Port Ellen's a closed distillery. Andrew, what's going on, brother? How are you? Good to see you. I will not. Modernist art. I mean, I do like it. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good display piece. It'd be even funnier if the whiskey inside was trash. I mean, you just don't get it. I mean, look, if you turn it on its side, you would actually understand it more. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so that was $400,000, right? Number 2, Glen Grant Eternal, 1948, 77-year-old. $426,000, $426,881. And the number 1, Glenlivet Spira, 1965, 60-year-old. Almost $700,000. Crazy fancy Scotch bottles, gorgeous. I mean, they absolutely are. They just don't look like, I would be scared to look at them the wrong way because I'd be afraid that it would break. You could drink what's inside and pour in some black velvet to match the color and tell everyone you'll never open it. I mean, this is crazy. This doesn't even come with a sample like the Port Ellen did. You just got to raw dog this one. At least it's a 1.5 liter. You know? How do you pour that? I don't know. Also, the other question, does the stand come with it? The bottles are basically not meant to be drunk at that level, especially when they feature the 50 milliliter little bottle, which is what the buyer is supposed to drink. I mean, I guess it's the same concept as like the last drop, right? 1.5 liters, so you know you aren't getting ripped off. Only if it comes with a 3 liter. It has to be a 3 liter bottle with a cradle, or else I'm not buying it. I am not buying anything that's not got a cradle with it. Break it open with a hammer and sop up the juice with your tongue. Looks like a horn to call in back in 1383. Glass making your tongue bleed is part of the experience? Absolutely. Brian Bikey, speaking of blue corn, how are you, brother? Good to see you. We say blue corn once and he appears. We said it like 18 times. But it is good that you are here, Brian Bikey. I hope you're well. Hope you had a good new year. I'm very happy to see you, man. Ugh. Say blue corn in the mirror in a mirror with the lights turned off 3 times. Had a good blue year. You had a great blue year. That's how you summoned Biggie Smalls. That's hysterical. There were also new regulations that came out today. I don't know if I want to go over them right now. I think I might save that for next week. What I did want to talk about real quick is Fred did an interview with NPR. Did you see Bikey's top 10 craft? It was just Bikey's Blue 10 times. That's hilarious. Respect the hustle. I mean, you absolutely should. If you're not going to hype yourself up, who else will, you know? I wanted to highlight what Fred said during his NPR interview. For a couple reasons. Primarily to re-emphasize what we've been. If you haven't listened to it yet, it's on NPR.com. But to re-emphasize just kind of what I've been talking about with how the market looked in 2025. And of course, like, I definitely don't hype myself up, so I'm doing it wrong. Fair. But also as people are talking about, continuously, what is going on with Jim Beam, and whether it is a good move or not that they were shuttering for this year. And I just like we'll talk about it here within the context of what Fred said. But the interviewer for NPR, Mary Louise Kelly, we'll just go through the back and forth here. Tell me about this distillery that has been paused. How big is it? Fred, it's not a total throw in the towel for the company. What it is more than anything is that they are feeling the effect of consumer demand being down, exports being down, and they're making a business decision to shut it down so they don't get hurt, I would say, in another year or two and have to do layoffs. Kelly, even people who don't drink bourbon understand that it's not made overnight. It takes years. So are they essentially betting that not only is demand down, Americans are drinking less, but its demand is going to stay down? Americans are going to keep drinking less in the years to come. Minnick, well, the big thing is that a lot of people are circling 2020 or 2030 as the year that it kind of bounces back in a big way. This generation, the new drinking wow. I have NPR now. This is mine. See ya. This generation, the new drinking generation, first of all, millennials drink so much. They kind of set like a bad standard for the industry. There was just an assumption that everybody would drink as much as millennials as they turned 21. Kelly, I'm a Gen Xer, and I will say millennials set bad standards in all kinds of ways. But moving on. What is this editorializing crap that she's thrown in here during this interview? What is this? Just, I don't understand this sentiment that she threw in here. Let Fred do the talking. Tell me how you really feel. I mean, like, every generation is worse than the last one, am I right? Minnick, this new generation, they're not actually reaching for the $25 bottle like Jim Beam White Label or Jack Daniel's Black Label. They're wanting the $50, the $75 bottle. And so the thought is that this generation just doesn't have enough money yet to actually fulfill the things that they want to drink. So the thought is that in a few years, once this new generation gets a little bit more money in their pocket, they're going to spend it on higher end bourbons. Okay. I wonder why millennials are drinking at the moment. God forbid millennials aren't alcoholics. Now, let's look at something, shall we? Gen Z was born between 1997 and 2012. They are currently at 14 to 29. Millennials, the oldest, were 1981 to 1996, putting them firmly between 30 and 45. That means that the youngest millennial is 30 years old. They turned 30. My brother turned 30 earlier this week. He is one of the youngest millennials. I don't understand this. This new generation, are they talking about Gen Z? Do they still think that millennials are young adults? I think they do. I think they haven't made the the jump to thinking that Gen Z is the generation that is currently turning 21 in this gap. I mean, what would it be this year? It would be 2005? And I don't even understand what the 2030 what is this like circling 2030 as the year that it kind of bounces back in a big way. Where is this estimate coming from? Is it because the current administration is going to be out of office by then? And a new one's going to come in and just magically fix everything? Like I don't get it. Even then, I don't know if I agree with that, like, posturing either. Like, none of it makes sense. There's no real, like, rhyme and or reason to these statements. And like, this coming from Fred is not the first time that I've heard this either. That Gen Z is not drinking, like, cheap bourbon. It's another suggested generational boom. It kind of just feels like that. Like they're just assuming that's like there's going to be another big push in a few years, like maybe once they get into the job market or whatever. And it's like, I mean, I guess, but if we look at like the way that the job market is going and the way that AI is being pushed on us too, like who is qualifying this, you know? Somebody should harass and threaten the writer of this article. Please never do that. This is based on projections that these big guys do. Is Fred Minnick salty he's no longer young and hip? No, I don't think it's that at all. I think he's, Fred... no, this is Fred relying on research that has either been done by him or has been given to him by somebody else. I just don't know. Like it's research that has been done without citing any kind of work, and it's left me scratching my head. And if it's just like posturing based on like generational, broad movements, I don't get it. You know, like, we can't keep saying things are going to turn out the same way that they always have, especially when that's not how it's going. Make sure that when you harass him, you mention who sent you, Perry Ritter. Please don't do that. Fred's my friend. Fred is genuinely my friend. I talk to Fred quite a bit. He was looking pretty hip on Bourbon Pursuit. Apparently he hates you because of your age, though. No, I think that this was just a misunderstood comment, or that there is something that was lost in context here. Speaking of lost in context, though, I wanted to look at this real quick, which comes from Mass Live, which I think is a Massachusetts-based publication, where they say that the whiskey industry takes hit as 5 popular brands file for bankruptcy, including in Boston. Now, you would assume here that these 5 brands would be like, you know, Wild Turkey, Jim Beam, Four Roses. No. In 2025 alone, at least 5 whiskey brands filed for bankruptcy. Among them are Boston Harbor Distillery, Westward Whiskey, Parent House Spirits Distillery, McCallum & Sons Whiskey Company, Devil's River Distillery, and the Alton Distillery Parent SVG 26 LLC. This is just kind of going through how they filed, what they filed for, but not all closures rather, are traditional distilleries. Oregon Brewing Company, parent of Rogale, Chapter 7 liquidation. The most recent filing comes from Wilder, I don't know, North Carolina-based RTD whiskey brand, Chapter 7 liquidation. And then they go into this like legacy brands feeling the pressure. Even Jim Beam, one of the nation's most well-known whiskey brands, has had to pivot its business model as industry pressures grow. In December 2025, the brand announced it would cease whiskey production at its main distillery in Claremont, Kentucky for all of 2026. In an official statement obtained by AP News, Jim Beam's parent company, Suntory Global Spirits, Inc., cited slowing demand for bourbon, a significant increase in aged inventory, and ongoing trade pressures as the cause for pausing production at the Claremont campus beginning January 1st. This decision came amid broader shifts in the bourbon industry. Now, I need to make something very clear here. I want you guys to listen to me very carefully. This narrative is going to keep getting pushed. That Jim Beam is shutting down their distillery, and that they are completely ceasing the production of whiskey, without mentioning that they have 2 other campuses where they are still producing whiskey in 2026. This is going to keep happening throughout all of this year. It is going to happen over and over and over and over again. Because this narrative that we are in a global downturn in the bourbon market is going to continue as well. And I understand, and I have made my thoughts very clear, that I know that there is an adjustment period that is happening right now. I know there are many factors that are playing into it. It is just part of what is going on at the moment. However, what we are witnessing right now is a broad misinformation campaign as to what is actually happening in the industry. And people are not being credible as to why there is a process such as the shuttering of the distillery at the Claremont campus. Okay? I also have said in the past, such as within the past couple of weeks, that even if Jim Beam is not shuttering their distillery for the next year for, as they say, renovations, there is still a likelihood that, as Fred Minnick said, they're doing it to save themselves from further issues that they could face at their with employees. Okay, that is the real likelihood of it all. Dickel should probably be talked about more, to be honest. Absolutely, they should. Minnick is shutting down. Be right back. Gotta go set fire to all my Minnick books. Oregon Brewing was surprising and disappointing, so it's good, as it's good and was pretty big out here on the left coast. My point is that, yes, this is important. The largest decline came from U.S. exports to Canada, falling 85% from April to June. Yes, it is important that spirits in general are sold less to younger generations. Please, for the love of God, if people say that distilleries are closing, like Jim Beam, please correct them. I mean, it's insane, man. It's not happening. You know, like, I'm so frustrated by this. I'm so frustrated by it. I tried so hard. I tried so hard to put this into words, and it got so aggressively bass boosted in the wrong direction, I feel like, and I think older generations don't understand. I don't want to be like my uncle who sits around, smokes, and drinks a minimum of a fifth of cheap bourbon every day. One of them died due to that daily practice a year or two ago. That's fair. Anyway. Oops, wrong thing. Nope, also wrong. There we go. Okay. We have a few. I can't believe this is a thing. We got a few TTB labels that we're going to look at before we get to our review. Nothing? You guys got nothing for this one. You're looking at this in all its glory, in this insanity, and we got nothing? Yeah, it's a KFC. It's the 12th Spice small batch bourbon whiskey. Founded in 1999, KBP Brands grew by recognizing that its greatest strength was its people. Success, blah, 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 blah. Distilled, aged, and bottled by Jacob Rieger and Company, Kansas City, Missouri. You're telling me that they went through all the trouble to make a KFC branded bourbon, and they couldn't go the extra mile to make it Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. What are we doing? What is this? What is this? I bet it has greasy mouthfeel. Now, here's the thing. Here is the thing. I will be buying this bottle. I will be reviewing this bottle. And I will be pairing it with Kentucky Fried Chicken. But I will be furious the entire time that this is not Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. What is KBP Brands? Oh, it's is this what used to be? Oh, it's just who's in charge of KFC. How much will it cost? If this is not like $35, I will riot. I will lose my mind. I'm on the lookout, though. I will. Feels pretty $60 to me. I mean, it's going to be. I would be surprised if it weren't like 75. It'll cost the same as a 20-piece bucket. So what? Like in this economy, $40? All right, moving on. Kentucky 10 Liberty, 1776. 9-year Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 100 proof. Folks, it's the 250th year of America, and we are going to get so much of this stuff in honor of America's 250th birthday. Crafted in the heart of bourbon country, this 9-year-old bourbon is bottled and released by L&T Spirits, Western Kentucky Distillers. Sweet bourbon. Kentucky 10, 9-year. But you know what's worse? AI slop labels. AI slop label. It's even got the piss filter. It's even got the piss filter. I mean, it looks so bad. At least it says real words. I mean, yeah, but it still looks terrible. No, I don't want to like this. Are you kidding me? Crafted in tribute to the enduring spirit of America's founding fathers, this bourbon honors their vision, courage, and unyielding pursuit of liberty from the signing of the Declaration. Is Declaration spelled right? To the forging of a new nation, their legacy lives on. Oh, typo. Each barrel is carefully chosen for character and strength. At least 3 typos here. Ensuring a timeless whiskey worthy of the American founders. Call me crazy, but I think that this should say on the back exactly what it says on the front. American Founders Heritage Select 250 Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. American Founders Heritage Select 250 Bourbon. The ISLOP will continue until support morale improves. Oh, so you don't like AFHS 250th? I mean, trading a fine line with TTV for KFC 12, not a 12-year, or KY 10 being 9 years. I mean, to be fair, this is the 12th spice, not, KFC 12 at least. This is abysmal. This is bad. Now this I like. Four Roses Limited Edition, 2026. No word on what it actually is yet. It's got 56 proof, or 56%. I doubt that's going to be exactly what it is. Looks nice, though. Looks like Four Roses. Yeah, buddy. And then last but not least, Brothers Bond Regenerative Grain, 4 years old. Don't exactly know what regenerative grain means, but 4 grain, 60% corn, 11% rye, 21% wheat, 8% malted barley, 112 proof. Each barrel, they're not even going into what regenerative grain means, but love to see regenerative agriculture practices. Is that what it is? It's probably bourbon, more than likely. End of the year, we'll all be talking about AFHS 250. Tony, if you're not, you know what? You're probably right, is the unfortunate thing. Look, if American Founders Heritage Select 250 is not my bourbon of the year in 2026, I might get deported. Regenerative grain means they are improving the soil health of where they farm and more. Interesting. I love to hear that. Are there any more comments? No, it's just 2 comments about the AFHS. AFHS, it's a thing, unfortunately. There's obviously more to it, but it's a good thing for sure. Awesome. I wonder why it's not more widely used, Max. I need to find out more about this, and it sounds like it would be an interesting topic for the podcast with somebody who can talk about it, so that I'm not just doing research and, talking out of my booty. 16 hours, 48 minutes to go. Tony, you got this, buddy. You got this. All right. It was very clean. It was a very clean focus. Regenerative grain means it heals and grows back to grain in your stomach, coming from 2 actors who played vampires. Okay. New year, new me. This is not Nulu, though. But it is Barrel Bourbon New Year. Cast strength. 110.3 proof. This is bottle number 4,814. Does anybody have 4,813 out there? Or 4,815? Let me know. The youngest bourbon in here is a 5-year Kentucky, and the oldest is a 16-year Tennessee. The derived mash bill is 74% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley, and 1% wheat. So it is technically a 4-grain. $85. Barrel's so good, they spell it wrong. Cast strength shiny. Hello, Emily. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're well. I had to buy this one. They didn't send me one this year. That was very sad. I even interviewed Joe Beatrice this year. If I don't have bottle number 4815 at the end of the year, I will deport myself. They don't love me anymore. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe it was because I didn't love the ice wine bourbon. Or maybe that was because Eric didn't love the ice wine bourbon. I don't know. I have gone back to the Mizunara bourbon a bunch, especially recently, and I absolutely love that bourbon. I think it's delicious. Delicious. But yeah, it does feel like they don't love me anymore. Have there been any other what were the Hold on. This should be the new way to ice people. They have to drink an entire bottle of Barrel Craft Spirits Ice Wine Finished Bourbon. Barrel Craft Spirits. Wait a second. Yes. Well, I think I haven't gotten. I definitely got batch 36, but I didn't get batch 37 bourbon. My youngest got a toy drum set for Christmas, And Lucy just put it back together, and she's playing with it right now upstairs, and it's cracking me up because it's sitting right on the floor, and she's just. Batch 37 was very good. I think it was 37. I definitely have 36 somewhere. I've been iced enough, and I don't mean by Christy Gnome. So I learned today that not only was it her dog, but it was also a goat. Did you all know that? She didn't just kill her puppy. She also killed a goat. I didn't know that. It was news to me. Did her uncle buy her the drum set? My uncle always bought me the loudest toys to piss off my mom, his sister. No, it was actually my mother-in-law. Where are the... It was 37, super solid. The Tennessee was a friendly addition for once. Really? Ooh. So I told you all, was it last week that I told you all about my my New Year or my Christmas Eve, where I got home and I brought my neighbor across the street a bottle of bourbon? Was that last week I talked about that? Or did I talk about it on the podcast? I can't remember. I might have talked about it on the podcast. I got to get some feedback here, guys. Somebody, please. I'm drowning here. Podcast or Patreon? Okay. Well, I'll tell it again real quick. So let's see if this will work one more time. I was getting home from Lucy's grandmother's on Christmas Eve, and my neighbor across the street and his family had started their celebrations at I don't even know when, because by the time I got home, it was like 5 o'clock. And it was 60 degrees on Christmas Eve. We were going to let him swing in the wind. I'll join you for a pour, Perry. You should. And 60 degrees outside. It's very warm. They had their front door wide open. And I get out of my car. 60 degrees right now in Indy. It's 60 degrees right here. Or right now here, too. Very nice. And they were getting rowdy. And I was on the phone with my folks. And he walks to the front door and he just goes, woo! Just a massive Ric Flair woo. And Lucy gets home, and I was like, I think I'm going to bring a bottle over to them to enjoy. And it was actually the 2025 Barrell New Year that I brought over. And just gotten to know them, not super well, but just, to the point where we're friendly and everything. And last week on New Year's Eve, I went over to my father-in-law's house and had a few pours. And I was like, I'm going to leave my car. I'm going to leave my car here. I'm going to be responsible. And Joe the Sample Guy, what's up, brother? 60 here as well. Oh, it's so nice. And I was like, I'm going to leave my car here. I'm going to be responsible. And so I Ubered home. And the next day, it was very cold. It was like 25 degrees. And I Uber back to my car. And my car would not start. And my father-in-law was not awake. And so I sat in my freezing car for like 45 minutes waiting for AAA to get there, checks the battery. He's like, it is past its 5-year warranty. It's starting to swell. You need to get a new battery. And I was like, fine. That's no problem. So I go and get the new battery. One of my buddies comes over and changes it on New Year's Day. And while I am standing out there with him, my neighbor across the street, who battery and a muffler, I know I need to get the muffler done. That's a lot more work than just a battery. But while I'm standing out there getting with my buddy who is changing my battery, my neighbor across the street, who I brought the bottle to, comes out, and he's a sweet guy. He's super sweet, but he is absolutely just a good old boy. He's like, "What y'all got going on out here?" I was like, "Oh, my battery's dead." And so naturally, he just gravitates to the car with the hood open and starts like just looking. Was there a banana in the tailpipe? I wish it was that easy. He just like starts looking and talking cars. I know nothing about cars. The most cars that I know is how to change a headlight in an Advanced Auto Parts parking lot. That's it. And like the whole battery change took, I mean, roughly like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm no car guy. I just am not. It's just not in my wheelhouse at all. And I had brought a Guinness out for my buddy while he was working on it. And at one point, the connection piece, whatever it's called. I don't know anything about sports or cars or really any maintenance stuff. I mean, I know a little bit. But the part that connects to the actual battery terminal was so tight that no matter how loose the bolts were, it just would not come off. And so my neighbor goes, "Well, I got a crowbar out in the garage if you want me to go get it." And my buddy was like, "The battery cable? Sure. Why not?" Fred and I changed the battery in an Austin hotel parking lot. That's awesome. And he runs in to get his crowbar. By I mean I held the flashlight. There you go. And he comes back out with a bush light. And I was like, well, I guess we're all hanging out and partying now around my around my car while the battery is getting changed. But anyway, it was nice to help. The crowbar actually helped because the whoever changed the battery last had put a like circular piece of metal around the terminal so that the cable would stay on tighter. And like it's a wonder that my battery didn't just explode. Like honestly. I mean, and when it finally came off, the piece just like snapped in half. So it's not supposed to be on there. When's the last time you were really drunk? I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't want to talk about it right now because my family is upstairs and they could hear me. So I'm not. I'll talk about it when there's nobody else around. How's that? Yeah. 2 years ago, I drank like 12 old fashions in a night gaming with my buddy playing Apex Legends all night. Brother, did you have to go to the hospital? I had eaten natto that day. Oh my goodness. That's insane. All right, let's get to the Barrell bourbon. Had to vomit, only made it to the sink. Oh my gosh. Lock washers are not for batteries, kids. I mean, it was stupid. My wife woke up with not a vomit-filled sink. Oh my gosh. There's quite a bit of alcohol on the nose. I'm going to be honest with you. Red fruit. Was there another shooting? Was there another ice shooting? Hey, Papa Ritter. When he told me about his battery, I freaked out. A very good friend who drank an entire bottle of Jim Beam Red Stag in like 3 or 4 hours in graduate school. He used to be a lawyer and said for some of his colleagues that wasn't too odd. Jeez. No, I think there was one in Portland. My difficulty with Barrell is some is great and some is meh, and I don't want to kick down the coin for meh. And the gray/black labels can be ridiculous, yeah. Oh, I've been following the one in Minnesota since I watched it happen basically live yesterday. There was one in Portland? Okay. When I was in high school, I chugged almost an entire fifth of Old Number 7 in 30 seconds. I was gone after a half hour. Oh my gosh. Jeez. I hope everybody's been doing okay, by the way, over the past couple of days. Yeah. Yesterday was terrible. Today's been terrible, too. I'll be honest with you. So. It's a good mom there, Shy Guy. Okay, it's a little leathery. Kind of feels like it needs to open up, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a good amount of orange zest on there, too. It's okay. We are all terrible. That's not true. There are really good people in the world. But I hope you know you're the most terrible. Aw, Shy Guy, thank you. I finally accomplished my goal of the most terrible. I've never been one to enjoy to try to get drunk. I don't like the feeling of being not in control that comes from my former professions. I mean, it's not my favorite thing either. Sometimes it just happens. I missed what you're sipping on. Barrell Bourbon New Year, 2026. 110.3 proof. Kid, and hope all your days get better. I appreciate that. Yeah, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Wyoming, Maryland, New York, and Ohio bourbons, ranging from 5 to 16 years old. Yeah, Shy Guy, I hope your long-term disability does get approved. I hate going too hard, but I love the way whiskey tastes. Taking the night off for the old brain. Good for you, man. I think that Barrell has, like, as far as their batch products go, I definitely think that they have a flavor profile, and it's always like got an underlying tone of, which sounds weird, but barrel-aged cinnamon graham crackers. Like, that's the note that I always kind of get across the board with an orange zest to it. Don't know if we can even afford one paycheck miss at the moment, so big stress. Oh, man, I'm sorry. RIP. Also, I usually fall asleep pretty quick before getting to the point of being drunk, and I'm a cheap date. That's funny. Those are the shenanigans in the whiskey sensory part right there, Mike. One thing I wanted to do as well, since the parameters between these two are virtually the same. Barrell has a house style, and I respect that for him. It makes them recognizable. I still don't like Barrell's branding. It's fine. It's very New York. I love the actual insignia more than I do the hold on, my finger's moving in the wrong direction. I love the actual insignia more than I do the whatever that's called. I can't remember. Had a sip of rum fire last night. What a flavor bomb. Mom and I are doing a damp January. I really haven't minded it much, but I'm really ready for some bourbon this weekend. Don't like Barrell's pricing. That's completely fair. I'm very New York. Well, that is true. You were born there. Unlike New York, they don't take full advantage of the real estate on the bottle. I don't mind that, though. I like that it's a little bit more understated. I am a less is more kind of design appreciator. And designer, for that matter. I mean, look at the logo, for crying out loud, for the podcast. It's not that it's minimalist, but it is it does emphasize space over busyness. It's understated yet busy at the same time for me. Expand on that, because I don't think that... I think it accomplishes exactly what it's supposed to. I think the back is a mess. I think the back label is got too much going on. But I also don't know what else they would do with it, in this capacity. You haven't picked it up. Rumfire is cheap and very well loved in the rum aficionado world. It blasts you with mango, vanilla, sugarcane, pineapple. Finishes super strong with ripened banana and durian. Interesting. Here's a good example, Kyle, of what I'm. I mean, this is a good move for them with the new branding for their batch bottles, being very concise with everything that's on there. I mean, they're so okay. Here's my real thought about this. Let me do this, because I think that this is a good way to accurately describe what it is that is going on with this. It just isn't really appealing. I like the new batch label, so that's what I'm gonna focus on here for a second. So, especially when I really kind of hone in on the old label, this looks like what you would use when you are first starting out with a label. Everything's kind of slotted in, handwritten, kind of intended for smaller batches or single barrels, really. Especially for something that's done in-house, right? The way that this has moved up is like you have a larger production scale. You're able to print things on a much broader, really just broader scale in general. And it doesn't feel as like slapdash as this, where it's all kind of written onto this same kind of cut and paste label that's thrown onto the bottle. I think that this showcases more of what I like the size of the label. I think that it showcases the whiskey itself, which is probably what the intent of the size of the label was in general. I like that it's consistent across all of their products as well. And I also like that they don't have plastic wrap on their necks. Still Austin's new single barrel labels. Label shape is mobile, right? Hold on. I got to look up two things now. Mobile. Like mobile 1? Oh, I see what you... I see what you mean, Shy Guy. I mean, kind of yes and kind of no. I can understand what you're saying there. A or B? A. B. A. Okay. Still Austin single barrels? I think that's the old one, isn't it? I don't even know if that's... Sorry. That just looks like the old one, so I don't even know if that's... I don't think that's right. You don't see mobile gas down here that I know of. I know I've seen it before. Hard to really maintain bourbon hobby at the moment when you get addicted to Warhammer. I mean, that's the same with any hobby. I had to make the decision between, you know, buying a bunch of guitars or buying a bunch of bourbon. I sent you a picture. Oh, look at this. Oh. Hang on. I don't know why it's not. Those are beautiful. Those are gorgeous. Recall, I found the AFHS 250th website and the bottle and label look a lot better than the AI label we saw. FoundersRevolution250.com. Before I move on, I mean, this is amazing. That is such a step up from what it used to look like. I'm very impressed with that. I don't know if I would say this is... I don't know if I would say this is a lot better, but it's certainly better, but it still has the stink of, like... Oh. Guitars are terrible for your liver. Send it on Discord. I'll send it to my Texas homie. I will send it after stream for sure. Been getting him into bourbon, and he is super hyped how much he loves Still Austin. Since it's just down the road from where he grew up. That's cool. I mean, it definitely looks better in practice than it did on paper. But it still stinks of AI. It's a 7-year single barrel cast strength bourbon that reflects the patience, strength, and character. Yeah, they actually revised some of their copy. There can't be good living where there is not good drinking. Benjamin Franklin. That's cool. I want to know how much this is. Caca. Eagle. I don't like the Peter cork. I'm very confused by not only the way that it fits into the bottle, but the bottom of the cork. What is going on with the... What is going on with the neck here? Do you see this? I mean, it's going to leak. It's going to get oxidized. I really don't want to accept cookies on this website. Can you just go back to... Please. I wonder where it's from. Oh my gosh, it's a wheated bourbon. 70 corn, 21 wheat, 9 malted barley. Did I get muted? I don't know. Did you? This is one of those brands that I would avoid purely on looks. I mean, it's not great. The character. After working with the Lofted Spirits team and the team at Bardstown Bourbon Company, we decided on a small batch from Green. They just straight up said where it's from. They just straight up said it's Green River. Wait. No. No, hold on. It's Thomas Jefferson. Okay. Yes. You did name two other distilleries, Lofted Spirits and Bardstown Bourbon Company. But here's the thing. They said it's a small batch. American Founders Heritage Select Kentucky Bourbon is a 7-year aged single barrel. Back then, there wasn't much education. Yes, my friend. These two fine gentlemen were, in fact, plucked straight out of the Revolutionary War, dropped directly into 2025, where they said, we need our whiskey. They got them right on a computer, said, this is called artificial intelligence. You can generate anything you want with it. And they went straight for a bourbon label. This is another reason why brands are going bankrupt. Dudes like this started brands in 2020. I'll buy it from them if they tell me what side of the war they were on. It is impossible to tell based on the clothes that they are wearing. If it was gray, we would know. If it was blue, we would also know. But this guy's wearing a black and red jacket, and this guy's wearing a vest. So, you know, honestly, the fact that they're wearing red is a little more indicative of what side they might have actually been on, now that I think about it. Yeah. Bourbon of the year? I gotta know how much this is. Honoring our nation's history. Sons of the... We know what side they would have been on during the Civil War. Don't harass these guys. I mean, they mean well. This is, you know, honestly something they probably did out of like pure intentions. We're memeing, we're having fun. Honestly, it's probably good bourbon too. If it's actually 7-year Green River wheated bourbon, $150, I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be very funny if they were like, what if we priced it at $250? You know, because it's the 250th anniversary. I'm sure it's great. I bet it's fine. Look at that color. Look at that color. I'll bet it tastes great. I bet it's fine. I will ask them, and I'm going to take this off the screen because I don't want to... Oh, it's just a contact form. I might see if they have media samples. Oh, you want to know something I just noticed? Something I just noticed. This little commemorative set comes with two, like, 10 cups. Like you would have drank it during the Revolutionary War. Oh, they're pewter cups. Sorry. Okay, this whole set is probably worth quite a bit. That color says it's 7 going on 4. That's so Derringer. I mean, the color is not great, man. It could be low Rick barrels that they went with, you know? Who's to say? I mean, honestly, I'm not. It's also on a very light background. I don't know. I just don't understand how the label went from this to this. I'm not doing that, Shy Guy. I'm not doing that. Why are you knocking the color, Kyle? Looks fine to me. So I did a direct side by side, by the way. Does the logo not look centered with the cutout? I see. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna do something here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not. It is centered for the most part. The eagle is just uneven. It's just kind of a poorly drawn eagle. No, it's not really an angle. It could be. Nah, I don't even know, man. It's just not. The one wing looks bigger than the other. I think it's just an AI thing. Yeah, nothing about this is actually centered. Yeah, Kentucky Straight's not centered. Bourbon whiskey's not centered. American might be centered. I don't know. AI failed? Really? The AI failed. You kidding me? What a shocker. Anyway. What I did was I put the new year up against my number 5 bourbon of the year. Rare Character Limited Release Batch 14. Isn't one supposed to hang lower than they... Okay, dude. Kind of looks like a ketchup bottle. Bob Ritter. Make sure if you get that bottle, have it front and centered on your shelf so when you walk by it, it triggers you. I will not. It is an unfair fight. But the reason that I did it, Kyle, is because it had the same, like, parameters as far as, like, lowest age in there and highest age. I mean, roughly. But the rare character wins. I'm going to be honest with you. By a lot. Kinda. I mean, still. I need food. See you on Cliffy Bus. Tony is in charge. Fair enough. We are going to wrap it up here because I am losing my voice a little bit and I am tired. But how does one acquire rare character normally? Well, I don't know how to tell you the best way to do that. I'll be honest with you. I know that, like, Sealbox usually has some. Oops. But that might just be picks, now that I think about it. Yeah, here we go. Sealbox.com, rare character whiskey. They've got a couple of batches there, the straight whiskey and the bourbon, and then Fortuna. But batch 14 sold out, batch 10 sold out. But if you sign up for their mailing list, they typically let you know when batches are back in stock. Batch 11 is actually one of my favorite batches of the year from Rare Character. This is an incredible batch that Chad put together. And I think this is like 7 to 14 years, I think. Yeah, Bourbon Outfitter, Sealbox, and Keg and Bottle. There's different places on the internet that you can find. Sealbox had that Beaver Butthole bourbon too. Do they still? Oops, Beaver. They still do. And it's only $60 for a 2-year-old, 88 proof Beaver Butt bourbon or whiskey. That batch bangs for sure. 11 is incredible. Tony, do you not know about this? They flavor it with, what's it called? Here we go. It proudly features an old world flavoring technique that uses the oil extract from the castor gland of the North American beaver, which exudes a leathery raspberry taste, and acts to fortify the whiskey flavors. The full-bodied 2-year aged bourbon whiskey has a bolstered mouthfeel with a vanilla nose okay. New Hampshire life is ruled by the wilderness, and beavers are wildly prevalent. Therefore, rural communities like Tamworth work with licensed and responsible trappers to manage the population in order to sustain the local ecosystem. Cheers, y'all. What's up, Big Vic? Good to see you. Yes, they did do a crawfish-flavored bourbon. Yeah, beaver hole. I remember. Remember feeling safe? Remember Reagan? Remember Star Wars? Who was licking a beaver butt to know? They used the extract. I must have blocked out must have blocked that out of my memory. I think Will and Grease did it on an episode of the podcast. Remember? Same people picking up squirrel poop coffee beans. Is it squirrel poop or monkey poop? I don't remember. Anyway. Folks. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. Kivette? What is that? Oh, this thing. Thank you for existing. Thank you for being here, Shy Guy. I appreciate you. See you this weekend, Perry. See you this weekend, Dad. Not reading that out loud. I appreciate you all, as always, for tuning into live streams, watching the podcast, listening to the podcast, supporting the show as you always do. If you want to continue to support the show, head to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. I will be back next week, of course. See you not this weekend? That is fair. If you do ever come to Lexington, please let me know. I'd love to see everybody. But from Naked Gun, it's innocent. Yeah, I know. This has been a wonderful stream. I appreciate you guys. See you real soon. Till next time, though. I'm Perry. This is TIMBP Live. Bye.